Hey guys, and welcome to episode number 7 of the Entirely X Gaming Podcast. Mike Spindler, our lead host, has brought all manners of fail to bear to this week, and he has managed to succumb to his pathetic human weaknesses. So I, Nareem, will be your lead host for this week. Now, I will be not just your lead host, I will be your lord and master, your primo supremo, your ruling saviour, and I will abuse all the power that Mike has left in my hands here, while he coughs and splutters in the background.
I'm still here. No,
the cough there was just perfectly timed.
Yeah, I have fallen ill. Sorry.
You failed hard. With me, other than Mike, whose gamer tag is...
XI, title A.
XI, Mike.
Hey,
No, it's
mine. I'm always second.
All right,
Mike and
Okay,
Tyler. Go.
Ben has spoken.
XI Mike 392 IX.
And Tyler, who is
XI.
the interrupting cow
Oh,
of the
shush.
episode.
XI, tidal wave, IX.
And with us again, we have the amazing music god Omega Deez.
The what?
Do what?
Music god, he said.
I'm gonna change my gamer tag to that.
There you go.
But yeah, so we've brought Omega back because he knows more than we do, and we try to pretend we're bullshitting our way through here. So,
Don't put that kind of pressure on me.
but yeah,
Nah.
very, very welcome back,
Oh,
though,
yes.
Omega. It's great to have you.
Oh yeah.
Put your hands up for Detroit.
Get it?
That's that's actually pretty close to the. They got like this slogan they've had since I was born. They're talking about like stand up and telling you're from Detroit. Or
Whoa,
It was for you.
You're telling me that song's based on you?
No, I'm just saying that the hands up thing is pretty close to like the city slogan.
Oh, okay.
Just
I was getting really excited thinking that you'd be able to like talk us into these sort of guys who wrote songs. I thought we were going to be introduced to the music scene. There'd be caviar and champagne and Hennessy, and we'd be living the dream.
it's probably like
No.
black and milds and 40 ounces in the music scene here. Right now.
But yeah, so moving on straight away. What we are going to go through first, guys, is we're going to go through what we've been playing this week. Now, first on the list is Omega, because he plays some cool stuff. So Omega, what's been top of the list this week? What's been the most exciting for you?
Most exciting was Skyrim VR.
Ooh.
That, I just love Skyrim. I love Bethesda games. You know.
That is quite exciting for me as well, because that's an element of the VR which I've thought has been really sort of untapped until now. It's one of those things where they have these huge open worlds, but they're not making use of the huge open view that you can have of them.
Yeah.
So it's
This game.
been a long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this is the start of something. It's just really cool to actually be. Well, you're not actually in it, but it feels like you're actually in. I can't even think of the name of the world now. Cyrodiil? Something like that. What's that shit called?
Yeah.
Skyrim, right? I think it's called
Yes,
Skyrim.
it's called Skyrim.
It's a region of another world called
Yeah,
Skyrim,
yeah.
isn't it?
But I mean, it doesn't look great because I mean VR is
It's
720p
VR.
anyway.
Yeah.
But just the immersion from actually feeling like you're in the world kind of makes you forget about how shitty it looks. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Did you find yourself swinging your hand around as if it was holding a sword?
No, because I didn't. I played with the DualShock controller because I don't like the move sticks in those types of games because you have to warp to move,
Yeah.
and
That
that
makes
like
sense.
completely
Yeah.
kills the immersion for me. So I haven't tried that yet, but I did kind of get queasy
Ooh.
because I turned the smooth turning. I mean, it's like with all VR games, you have to get used to the movement,
Right.
and I turned the smooth turning on, but Bethesda has it turned up to like 10 on the sensitivity.
Okay.
So it's like I can't figure out how to turn it down, so I have to use an incremental turn right now. But that's still cool. I mean, you're just turning 30 degrees at a time, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just really cool to play in that world like that.
Okay.
Just getting to see those details up close, you know.
I can see how it would be one of these things that it would add a new level of immersion to that game, which means that it almost revitalizes it, because I played that game quite a while ago. I loved it, but it would take something like the VR system to actually get me to even consider playing that again.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a whole new game. I bought that game on when it released on the current gen consoles. I played it last gen. I bought it again when it came out on this gen. And even playing it that recently, it feels like a new experience. Because I mean, well, it kind of is, but like game wise, like I'm not even like real. You know, like I don't pay attention to what's coming, even though I know what's gonna happen. Like that never even crosses my mind. Like it's just getting to see these like quests in first person like that. Like completely makes me forget that I've done all this shit before.
Okay.
The big question for me is, though, did you go and get the Ogm's Infinium, and did you use the Abuse?
No, I haven't done that yet, but I wanna try it.
That Abuse takes a fair while, but unlimited levels makes everything quite hilarious in that game. It's like, you wanted me to lockpick this? Oh, look, it's open.
Yeah. Cause that I wanna start in God mode basically, and that I did it last gen, but I didn't do it. I don't think it actually worked on the re-release. Pretty sure they patched it last gen too. Hopefully they didn't patch it in VR.
Oh, you mean the Ogma Infinium? They patched it so that it couldn't be reused.
That's that book, right? You're talking about that book?
Yeah, the book. The
Pretty
skill
sure
book.
it was patched last gen.
Oh. Ooh. That makes it
Well,
sound like fun.
For those of you who are hoping to have some fun while being maximum level, tough.
Well, I
guy.
mean, I put it on easy just because I didn't know what I was getting into, and I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Like lockpicking and all that's easy. Fighting's easy. You can run into some shit that'll kill you. I got stomped by one of those ogres or trolls or whatever they are.
Yeah.
The ones in the mountains.
That's what I've done mostly was just explore to look at the world. I ran into a few things that just killed me out of nowhere, but
Yeah. Like John Cena.
John Cena.
that makes it really makes me want Fallout VR next. Like, that's not on the list to come out in PSVR. Hopefully it does.
Surely they're working on it.
I hope so.
I think that would be fun.
Watch this space. It would be cool.
Yeah, a shooter is actually because Resident Evil 7. That's really fun in VR also. So.
Well, horror games have sort of a unique aspect for VR, don't they? Because it feels like the things that are jumping out at you are closer to you.
Yeah, it feels like it's like right on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That must be terrifying.
Just a little bit. I wouldn't. Wait, are there? I forget. Are there spiders in Skyrim? Like big giant spider monsters?
I think yeah.
Okay. No,
I think you run into some right in the or the prologue.
I'm all set then. I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't need any giant spiders.
You don't even like giant 20 or 720p spiders. Like,
even 720p spiders. That's it's too much spider for me.
It's too much spider for Tyler. Right. So you've been playing Skyrim VR. What else have you been playing, Omega? What else is on your list of sins for the week?
Oh man, I played a lot of shit. The main stuff I played though was Skyrim, The Sims 4, and
How was that?
Right.
it's just The Sims. I think it's fun. I like those games though. Like,
Okay.
No, I like them too.
it's just the dumb shit you can do.
I think
that, like it's,
like I don't know a gamer yet who hasn't enjoyed the Sims game.
it's just that. I mean, it depends on your personality, I guess. But the type of shit that it allows me to do makes that really fun. Like that. Like I mentioned earlier, I was going around boning all the old ladies, right? And
Jesus.
I got one. I finally got her into that woohoo shit.
Oh,
So I woohooed. I woohooed her 5 times in a row. And
Jesus.
she got out of bed and collapsed, and the Grim Reaper came and killed her. Then I took her urn home, and her ghost appeared a few days later, and then I boned the ghost. And I got a trophy.
You can do that, really?
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a trophy. I was just, I wonder if I can bone this ghost.
They've actually put a trophy in for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I wanna.
That is, I want to meet the person who came up with that one. I want to shake their hand.
Yeah.
It's just like with us.
Did you record that?
I wish I did, man. I was
Oh
really
man.
aggravated that I didn't have. I had my capture card all hooked up and stuff. I just didn't have anything.
You
recorded.
just didn't do it. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I think when I get back on that game, I'm gonna
Yeah.
just record as I
See,
play.
that's something that might actually draw me into that one, because the last Sims was kind of a little bit clunky,
Yeah.
I thought, on the console. But it is great fun playing them, and I do always enjoy just coming up with new and inventive ways to abuse people who are
Yeah.
completely out of the ability, can't control
Yeah.
it.
I think my favorite thing I've ever done in Sims, I think everybody probably has done this, was made a separate room and then made someone go in it and then take the door away and then just
Yeah.
let them sit in there.
Yeah,
That's always fun.
That's actually how I just got rid of my fiance in that game.
Jesus.
I couldn't get anybody to move in so I could exchange her, and so I just
Yeah.
blocked her ass off in the wall.
Well, that's.
I've seen various different versions of that over the years. I've seen people put their Sims in the swimming pool outside
Yep.
and then delete the stairs to get
Yep,
out.
I've seen that one before.
Yep, so don't they end up drowning in
Yes.
that one? I've seen people delete the shower while they've been butt
Can you
naked.
do that?
Apparently, it's just it's just a
Well,
pixelated
yeah.
thing, so
Yeah.
obviously. But I think it was sort of a moral outrage. I've seen people make their house into basically a fiery death trap
Oh yeah.
by removing all smoke detectors and just burning their house to the
Yeah,
ground.
it's always
I think-
a normal thing.
There is a unique breed of gamer, isn't there, that likes to quote,
Torture people.
Sir Michael Caine in Batman, just watch the world burn.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about those games, though. Being
Oh,
able
yeah.
to do that might
Oh, yeah.
actually
Oh,
stop
God.
somebody from going out and doing that for real. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna go bone any old ladies now. I got that
No?
out of my system.
You say that, but we know it's not true.
Depends. Maybe.
Oh.
I won't rule
This
it
is
out.
all promises, dude.
Just saying, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way for it.
Okay.
Yeah. If the old ladies come to you, it's
There
all
you go.
good.
As long as they got that nice pension going.
They'll be your sugar mama.
Yep.
Oh.
Bring me cookies and milk and shit while I'm playing Xbox.
There you go.
All he wants is a rent-free
Yep.
life.
Yeah.
So, what else have you been playing other than The Sims and the Skyrim VR then, Omega?
The other game I played that's kind of, I guess is of note, is the Solus Project, which is it's not a new game. It came out on Xbox a while back, probably a year ago.
Mhm.
Game preview. And it just recently came out on PS4 with VR support.
Oh, okay.
And that makes that a whole nother game too. Actually, it was kind of boring when I played it because I bought it when it came out on game preview. And even throughout the updates, it was still kind of boring because it's just a survival game.
Mhm.
And well, I mean, it's got kind of a story to it where you have to actually follow a quest, but just, I mean, it's the same thing. Being able to be in the world like that and do those things makes it a whole nother game.
Okay. So, what you're saying is these games that might have previously not been as immersive as they would want to be when they were first brought out have become far more relevant on VR.
Some of them, not all of them. Some games are still shit in VR, like cat lateral damage. Still shit, no matter which way you play it.
Aw.
Cat lateral.
It's, I mean, if you don't know what that is, you're a cat and you just knock shit off of counters. And break
Okay,
shit.
wait. That sounds fun.
That does actually sound worryingly
It sounded fun to me too. That's why I bought it. But then, played it for
Then it
10
was
minutes and was like,
Done. Okay.
want my money back. Then it got VR support and I tried it again, and it was worse.
I might need to buy this game. I have a feeling my girlfriend would
Yeah,
like
I can
it.
see you playing hours and hours of that.
Oh, I
Tyler.
would love it.
It got boring pretty after about 7 minutes, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, Tyler's brain doesn't work the way
No.
normal gamers' brains work.
I will get distracted by the stupidest thing. So.
This is the guy who spent hours and hours on Make It Rain.
What's that? Is that a game?
You literally scroll dollars at different things,
Is that a phone game?
and I
Yeah,
think
it's
so.
a
It's like it's on the Windows Store thing. I think. as
Yeah, it's
well.
on Windows 10 and Windows phones.
Oh, I got a Windows phone somewhere. I should download that.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy, not 1,000, 200, especially on the computer, because if you have a wireless mouse connected to it, all you have to do is flip the mouse upside down, and then just use the scrolling dial, and that counts as a swipe. So you just kind of do I was doing a figure eight. Yeah, I was just doing a figure eight with it, and I got the 100,000 swipes or whatever the highest achievement was in a matter of
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
So,
It's abusable. I've seen people
Oh, yeah.
writing macros for the
oh
swipe
yeah,
thing.
Mike did it actually for the Windows 10 one. But the phone one's a little harder since you can't. You probably could write macros for it, but you just either have to just sit there swiping or. But the way
This is something that we should not spend much time on, though. While
Yes.
it may be a slight distraction game, it is terrible.
It is, but the way I actually did it was there's a version of it on the Android, and so it's a lot easier to do on Android because there's a. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, I just saw a random video of a fight breaking out in the NFL. Sorry about that. Anyway. So in the Android version, it's a lot easier to level up, and so like one thing I was doing, I was like resetting the game and then getting a bunch of stuff, and then putting that towards a new thing, and then I connected it to Facebook and then did the phone version. So yeah, but
Yeah.
easy 200.
Yeah.
Random
It's
tidbit.
it's a thing that you can do if you find yourself with the time.
Yeah, if you're bored, do that game.
Yeah.
So,
Let's move on though. Tyler,
Yes.
what have you been playing?
so
Have you played anything on Xbox?
anything on Xbox? Besides Minecraft, no. I have actually been devoting my time this week to some Nintendo games. I picked up Pokemon Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon actually. And I have been playing that. It's so far, there's like slight differences in between the normal sun and moon that I've noticed. I don't know if many people would have noticed them, but I have because I am a giant nerd for Pokemon. But that's all.
There are many giant nerds for Pokemon
Yes.
out there. I'm sure someone will have seen these differences too.
Yeah. But no, that's all I've really been playing was Pokemon Ultra Moon this week. Unfortunately, since I work retail, I've been working crazy hours this week, so I haven't had all that much time to, play video
Get
games.
down with the G's.
Yes, like I think I worked over the past 2 weeks, like over 100 some odd hours. And,
You need all that Christmas money.
oh yes, I am going to be very, very well off on Thursday when I get paid. But
Don't worry. When we get back round to things that are being bought around the Christmas period, especially games,
yeah,
I will have more to say on this.
Yep.
But before
So-
that, let's move on to Mike. If you can muster the courage, Mike, if you
I
can
believe in
muster
you.
the air in your lungs, tell us what you've been playing.
So I got sick, I think last Tuesday. So I've been in bed since last Tuesday, but I played a couple Switch games, Mario plus Rabbids and Mario Odyssey. Played game on my phone that, Ben, I think you would really like, South Park Phone Destroyer. It's actually
A South
really
Park
good.
game, you say?
Yeah, it's like a card-based game where you get cards, and there's a single-player story, and there's also PvP.
God damn it! Now
Yeah. It's been pretty good. The cutscenes are pretty funny, and just all the little interfaces. Like, you're in like a text group chat with all the characters from South Park, and they're pretty hilarious.
Interesting.
On the Xbox, I guess I just hate myself when I'm sick, so I played The Walking Dead Michonne for 360. Oh, it's even worse.
Why would you do that?
I was sick, so I said, why not just kick myself while I'm down?
Oh, yeah. Normal stuff.
No, so that's pretty bad. That's the worst version I've played yet. And then the one I put, again, most time into is Need for Speed Payback. Which has
Right.
been awesome.
Here's where things get fun, because
Awesome.
for those of you who've been keeping track of Black Friday deals in the UK,
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Need for Speed Payback has had a deal on in-game for like £36, something like that. It's stupid cheap compared to what it was originally and what it is everywhere else.
Yep.
So I bought that. I'm going to be playing that soon. That is
Yay.
on the way. That is something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. So you can hear all the cheesy storylines.
Well,
They're really, really bad.
Are they?
Are they really bad?
Oh, it's
That'll
so
be fun.
bad, but the driving is so good.
I mean, I don't really play racing games other than the Need for Speed series because I am terrible at break and turn driving.
Yep.
My friends know this. They've driven against me and in cooperation with me before, and every time I am awful. So I like things where I can drift around corners.
Yep, this one you can do that. Confirmed.
Cool. I look very much forward to that. That should be good fun.
Good. We'll have to boost some multiplayer achievements.
Ooh, there's multiplayer.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. There's not many.
Oh, okay.
They're not too bad.
Boost.
As long as there's not that crazy drift around the whole fucking map achievement like there was on that previous game.
I don't even remember that. I probably did it.
It was yeah, you did. It was the
Yeah.
one with you had to beat someone's record or something like that as you drifted down a mountain track.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, I did it. Yay.
But yeah. So is that the list, Mike?
Uh,
Sickness dampened your
It
cheese.
has killed me. But I'm going to be back hard next week, and I have a very long, shitty list awaiting me. So, brace yourself.
Oh boy.
Well, this has been one of those weeks, hasn't it? Because for the games I played, it's very similar to previous weeks. I've been playing a bit of Madden, and I've been playing Shadow of War, because I've been trying to do those stronghold defenses.
They sound so fun.
I'm on stage 8 of 10
Oh
now.
my god.
That's awful.
Yeah. And I lost a stronghold the other day,
Oh no.
Ooh.
which I was like, please don't make me have to redo that whole thing. So, luckily, what they've done is if you lose a stronghold, you can retake it,
Mhm.
and then you can that counts as having defended that stronghold.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So yeah, that it's not quite as terrible as I thought it could have been.
Yeah.
But then I thought, you know what? While I'm getting this stronghold, I'll knock out a couple of the random achievements in the time.
Right.
So over the course of getting that stronghold back, I've managed to get 3, maybe 4 extra achievements, which I wouldn't have gotten if I hadn't done that.
Oh, good job.
So, yeah, I'm quite happy with myself. I also got one where you've got to go and tame every beast, and rare beast in the
yeah.
world.
Yep.
That is cool. That is cool. Like, I thought it was just, normal beasts and then a fancy... Oh, God. A fancy Caragor. A Dire Caragor, they're called.
Mhm.
But there is elemental Graugs in that game.
What?
So,
Really?
yeah. So there's these big sort of rock monster troll things called Graugs, for anyone who doesn't know about Shadow of War. And there's 3 special ones in the game, in one in each of one of these 3 areas. And there's a poison one, an ice one, and a fire one. It's really cool. It's sort of, you've got to hunt them down and find where they are, wait for them to spawn, and then go and tame them. It's cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Not so much the waiting, more the taming. But yeah, it was really fun. For those of you who don't know, if you need any help with that achievement, True Achievements is the place to go.
Yep. It's always the place to go.
That's pretty much been what I've been playing this week. It's not been anything too new and original yet, but hopefully I might manage to get through the damn stronghold defenses this week.
Maybe.
But yeah. So, I'll move us on.
Right.
I will. We'll move on, because I have something, well, we have something, a little something extra this week, which I think is quite fun to talk about. And this is broken franchises and how to fix them. So, franchises that have had a fall from grace from being the best in their market, or one of the best in their market, and have, through whatever reason, have become something not as fun as they were. Not as good as they were. Not even close to as good as they were. And we want to talk about how we think you could fix some of these franchises. What we think the broken franchises are, and how we think you could improve them. So, I've written out a load of my sort of ideas on our document.
Yeah.
So I'm very much in the dark about what the other guys think. So I'm going to let them take at least one franchise each first, and say that they think it's broken, why they think it's broken, and what these studios could do to fix what's broken.
Yeah.
So, Mike.
Yeah.
He put a message out there. He said he wanted something, so he's getting it, and he's getting it first.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at that.
Mike, you go. What's your broken franchise?
Well, to me it's not broken, but to a lot of people, Halo has been broken. Since I would say after 3.
Yeah.
Basically after Bungie
Yeah,
left.
after they did the studio switch.
Yep. But to me, I've also read every single book.
Yep.
I've played every single game, done all of that. So I'm really immersed in the story, and to me, the universe is... There's so many other places that they can go with it that they haven't even touched on. But to other people that haven't read the books, they still feel like the universe is empty, and that none of the other Spartans actually have a big impact on the world other than Master Chief.
Yeah.
Whereas that's not true at all. In fact, there's some other Spartans out there that had maybe bigger roles in everything than what Master Chief has done, or what we've seen Master Chief do. So, for me, I think they just need to flesh out Halo 6 and not give me fucking 2 missions with Master Chief and 8 missions with a character who's okay at best. They need to just put me in the helmet of Chief, and maybe for a mission or 2 mix it up, like Halo 2.
Maybe.
When you became the Arbiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, for me, the issue with Halo is partly this reliance on having read all the literature, which I get that. You know, if you've got this rich backstory already made, then why not use it?
Right.
But the problem is that for someone who hasn't read the books, you step in there and you go, so who's this guy? And why do I care?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
But the problem I have is that we seem to be building up a lot and not having any payoff. There seems to be something coming, but it never actually happens. Well,
it depends on how they want to take it. And I think I've listened to interviews over the years from people at 343. The choice came down to either killing Chief or killing Cortana.
Well,
and which do you have to do as a studio in order to progress the story, to make it more interesting?
Well,
and there's one answer that's going to happen, and I think it's Cortana.
Oh yeah, well, see, for me, it's since I've also read the books, that's the only logical thing that they can do. Like, it would make no sense to be like,
Right.
oh, hey, we're gonna finally kill off your main character, the character you've always been playing as. That's like, but with like all of the background knowledge, I
You
like
say this,
at least
though.
of reading all the books. But yeah, no, the only logical thing is to kill off Cortana.
You've been playing as Cortana as well this whole time. That's the thing. You don't realize it, but if you think about it, John's been a voice all the way through, but Cortana's been just as much a voice all the way through. You've been living in the same body as both of them. You've been playing as both of them. They've just had voices that they've said over the top of you.
Yep.
You assume that you're playing as John because he's obviously the man in the man's body, sort of thing. They're both almost equally
Right.
relevant to the player. They're both
Right.
almost as held dearly as each other. I think. I'm basically what I'm saying is I'm gonna be sad if they kill Cortana. I'm gonna be sad. I know that's how you make good stories, but that's gonna make me sad.
Oh yeah.
No, it will be sad. And what I don't think they have to do is fix the multiplayer. The multiplayer is perfect.
Yeah.
Halo 5 is very fast-paced, very competitive, and how they dealt with their end of microtransactions has been flawless. So, just basically write a better story.
Yeah.
Just refine your storytelling. Got you.
Yep. That's
So-
basically all they gotta really do.
Let's move on then. Before
That's
Mike
the problem
starts
I've had
telling
with
us that
Halo.
we're wrong about Halo being broken. Let's go on to Tyler. Pick a game.
Oh,
Why is it broken?
I think the game that sticks out to me the most was probably COD. And I know at least Mike, he'll feel about the same as me. Ever since Modern Warfare 1 or 2, I think his is 2, but I thought it was mostly
Yeah, mine was 2.
Yeah.
Where I stopped.
like after that one, it was just like the game's just kind of like it felt like they were just kind of not trying too hard, but like, well, okay, they were trying, but they were failing at doing everything right.
Yep.
Like, I mean, after Titanfall came out, they Call of Duty went and copied them with the wall running thing. It's just like, okay, well, you didn't really come up with that on your own.
Right.
But whatever. So for me, it's mostly COD, but with Call of Duty World War II coming out this past November, I felt that it was actually that they took the steps, the right steps to start fixing what was broken. Their story
Right.
got
Is it start fixing
was
or is
actually
it
good.
fixed?
No, they started fixing it, and it was just like
Mm-hmm.
the story made it interested me. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is great. The gameplay, it was still a COD game. You could tell that it was still a COD game. But just like some of the stuff that you had to do, like the missions weren't really repetitive. They weren't just like, oh hey, go here, shoot these guys, done. It was actually like, oh hey, you gotta fight your way up this and fight your way down through this. Oh hey, you're in a tank. Oh hey, yada yada yada, all that fun stuff. So I thought they did a great job of switching it up, and it wasn't just another COD game. At least the
Another
previous
copied
ones.
and pasted COD game.
Yeah, like this one. This one was actually, hey, they tried, and I feel like that, them actually trying to fix, what was broken, worked this time. So.
Okay. I mean, Mike, you've played Call of Duty, the new one as well, haven't you? Omega, have you played it? I
Yeah.
don't know. I ask in ignorance. I mean, do you think they fixed a lot of the issues that... Oh, first off, do you think they had issues with the previous Call of Duties, and do you think they fixed some of them?
I mean, the only issue is that the campaigns just haven't been as good. That's the only issue I've had with them. Like since the Modern Warfare series.
Yeah.
I just
You didn't think the multiplayer got a little stale?
I think that's been stale since Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
even World at War, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a multiplayer person, you know. Like I'll
Right.
play
Yeah.
multiplayer games, but it's like a spontaneous thing. It's not something
Yeah.
I look forward to in gaming. You know, I'm like a single player
Mhm.
co-op player. But
Yeah.
I mean, it got boring to me really fast. Most multiplayers do though, so I can't
Right.
Yeah.
really say if that's the game's fault or not. The only one.
No, I think
Oh, go ahead.
you were right anyway. Like it did get boring quite quickly. It wasn't just for people who don't enjoy multiplayer things or don't play as much multiplayer as others. I think for people like myself and Mike who've played a lot of multiplayer games, and Tyler as well.
Yep.
Apologies, Tyler. I think we found it the samey. You know, like
Mhm.
always. You know, it felt like they just copied and pasted the same multiplayer experience, and in some cases they actually had copied and pasted art assets from previous games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. For a game to hook me multiplayer wise, it's got to be really unique. And that, I mean, Call of Duty's never has been. Like, I mean, that first one,
never.
Call of Duty, was it Modern Warfare 2 that started all this, or was
Mo-
it Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
That
Modern
one I played the shit out of.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I think
But then-
everybody did.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
you know after that it just went downhill. Then you know,
Yeah.
like I said, it's got to be unique. Something like Plants vs Zombies. Like I played the first one a lot. Second one I got bored with really quick. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the first one of those quite a bit, but the problem is I have with a lot of multiplayers is that once you figure out how they're broken, the shine
Then-
comes off them.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, like as soon as someone figures out what the best gun is on like Battlefield or COD or something like that, it always
Yeah.
feels like that it's not as fun anymore. You're limited to using that one gun, and that makes it less fun.
Right.
yeah, there's very few
Yeah.
balanced multiplayer games.
No, but you can embrace the imbalance. So that's kind of what the Battlefield guys have done. They've taken a series of guns, given each one a distinct advantage in certain situations, and then made it so that the game maps have every situation involved in them.
Yep.
So you can't just sit there and, run around with the most ridiculous sniper, because someone will run up with a shotgun and blow your face off.
Yes.
Yeah, yep.
Even that, man, I don't know.
It's
Like Bad Company is probably my
Yeah,
favorite multiplayer game ever. And then even the
Yep.
new Bad. I mean, just I don't know. Battlefield got boring too. To me, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that could be more down to, I know I'm making the assumption here, but that could be more down to you not being that into the multiplayer. I mean, I loved those games. They were so much fun, the Bad Company ones.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the multiplayer thing for me became the competition against the players, which it does take a certain amount of buy-in from
Yeah.
Yourself. You have to be sat there going, right,
Yeah, I mean,
this guy sniped me 3 times in a row. I'm going to find him, I'm going to knife him in the face, and then I'm going to kill his mates.
well, I'm like that too when I play. I'm competitive. Somebody kills me a lot, I like only focus on that one dude. Like,
Yeah.
but that I don't know, man. It's just the same shit, Deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture. Like that's why it's got to be unique for me now.
Right.
You like the stories. You're a story man.
It depends on the game. Sometimes the game, like the story, doesn't matter in the game to me.
Yeah.
It all depends on the game.
Okay. Fair
It's
enough.
weird.
Right. However, Omega, seeing as you've been talking, and I've got you talking, I'm going to get you to talk about which game you think is broken and what could be done to fix it.
That's actually
Which
why I
series of
haven't
games?
been talking too much. I was looking at this list, trying to figure out which one I thought
Right.
was
That
broken the
that
most.
was just a list of games that I put up there, just for myself. If you have one that you
Well,
can
that's-
think of that you think that series is broken,
Well, that's what I meant. I was trying to get some ideas, and like I was gonna say Mass Effect, but then
Oh yeah.
I decided I don't think that series is really broken because that game was pretty good to me.
I don't think it's been broken so much as shot in the foot.
Yeah, I mean they should have had the A-Team make it, having a
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
they were working on Anthem, so Mass Effect's probably dead. You know,
Oh, it's dead for I bet a good 5 years.
yeah. I think probably if Anthem flops, you know.
Well, it might be sooner. Yeah.
But I didn't.
So you reckon to fix that one, all it takes is really the studio to buy into that IP again? Then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have the guys who made the original. That's actually one of the things I've been thinking the whole time you guys been talking about this. Like GTA, Gears, and there's a few other games I can't think of right now. Once a new studio takes over these franchises, they lose that charm that made me
Right.
like them in the first place. And I think every game like that is broken in that sense. So
Yeah.
you could put every one of those on the list. I think that Gears sucks without Cliffy B and and the rest of the guys. I think Halo sucks without
Yep.
Bungie.
You got to be careful talking about Gears in this party. This is
Yeah.
not a safe place to be bad mouthing Gears. Pretty
Well,
much everyone other than me and you, I suppose.
I think Rod Ferguson has done a great job.
Well,
you
see,
know.
that's I wouldn't say great. I would say mediocre because ever since
Well,
Epic
yeah,
and Cliffy
he's played
B,
it safe.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the problem. That's why I think
Yeah.
they suck because they play it
But
safe.
their safe is really good.
Mhm.
Like
It
Gears
depends,
4
man.
is
Gears 4 looks
it's
really
so good. Yeah, it plays real good too.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's the gunplay looks
Yeah.
it looks really good, but the substance is not there.
Yeah, I can see what Omega means here. If it's
Uh-huh.
it'll be smooth as hell. It'll be an incredible experience just to play as like a multiplayer thing and
Yeah.
for running around in the levels. But if there's not that storyline or that huge development or that thing that really blows you away,
Or even
Right.
like the characters. Like I didn't give a shit about any of those characters. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's the
Well,
playing it safe.
there was one you cared about. Marcus, at least.
I
That
don't
was
know.
it.
Like I liked Marcus a lot in the first 3 games, but then
Mhm.
it's kind of like Shepard in the Mass Effect series. It's time to
Yeah.
move forward, make a new character that people would like. It's just-
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it just doesn't have. It's Fable's gonna be the same way if they ever make another Fable,
Ooh, Fable.
and it's not that original group making it.
Yeah.
There's probably a 99% chance it's gonna be garbage. To
Who
me,
did Fable? That was
I would
Lionhead.
say it's actually probably likely to be 100% chance that game's going to be garbage.
Well, I mean, I know they closed down Lionhead, but maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
they can get the people that work there to work on the next one if they actually
Yeah,
make
it's
one.
Well, you say this, but I assume you played all the way through Fable 3 then, yeah?
Yeah, I played them all.
Right. So, did you not feel that money grinding thing that you had to do was a bit lame?
Yeah, I thought there was. I mean, I found issues with all 3 of the games. You know, I really liked them though, but that first Fable wasn't nothing like what's his name, Peter Molyneux.
Yeah.
Like he talked that game up, and this shit wasn't half of what he said it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And then 2,
He does that routinely, doesn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
but that like Fable 2, the co-op was probably the worst co-op I played. Last
Oh yeah,
generation.
that was.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Ooh.
like 3, the money grind. Like, I mean, I could find issues with it.
See, the thing for me is, when I look over that series, honestly, my favourite of the series is number 1, my second favourite is number 2, and my third favourite is number 3.
That's mine. Single player wise, that's my order. Like nothing.
Yeah.
So my question is, even if you got the same guys that worked on it into this new studio or into this new development team, would it is it going to be my 4th favorite? Is it going to be a slowly degenerating franchise until we just don't want to play it anymore?
Well, I don't. It depends, man. It depends on who the driving force was with that first game. If Peter Molyneux's why that game ended up being what it is, then I don't think it'd be the same without him.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it all depends on whoever the creative genius, I
Yeah.
guess, it was behind it. You know,
They just can't bring it to an American-based team. It has to have
Nah,
that
'cause
British humor.
Yeah, Dead Rising, they did that with 3. Dead
Yeah.
Rising 3 was a
Mhm.
decent game. I really
Mhm.
liked it, but it
Yeah.
lost all the charm of the Dead Rising series.
Yep.
So,
Dead Rising. Dead Rising 3, I enjoyed playing the game itself. I didn't enjoy getting the achievements.
yeah,
No?
that sucked.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, he
DLC
was
was
not
garbage
happy.
too, man.
When you have to drive around running over freaking zombies in like a special car for like 6 hours straight just to get enough zombies run over.
Yeah.
Nah.
No?
I understand what they wanted you to do was like play through the game like 3 times,
Yes.
but I did all the achievements in like 1, maybe 2 playthroughs.
That I did that over the course of like a year. That achievement
That's
you're
pretty
talking
good.
about. I just every once in a while when I was bored, I'd run over zombies for like 10 minutes.
I wish I had had the patience to do that.
Yeah.
What I ended up doing was sitting there for however many hours solid, just running over zombies.
Yep. I would
Yeah, I
join
can't
the
do that.
party and he would just cry.
I can't. I've never been able to do that. Even when I was really heavy in the gamer squad, I couldn't do that. It just,
Yeah.
I was always just come back here and there. There's all kinds of games that took me like 2 or 3 years to actually finish all the achievements.
All
Yeah.
the game.
Well, see, that's long-term patience, that, to be able to come back to it and be like, right, I'll do this.
Well, I think the biggest advantage of that, or for me when it comes to that, is I don't feel I have to complete these games in the first place.
Right.
So I don't,
That's where me and you differ, I'm afraid.
I don't have that, whatever, that addiction, or whatever you want, whatever you want to call it.
That's a fair description. That's what it feels like. You're there thinking, I can't rest until that is finished, until that 1,000 is there.
Yeah, I did. I tried that in the beginning, in 2006 when my cousin got me into gamer squad, but then I realized I'm not having any fun. So why?
Right.
Like in a normal, I mean, just in life in general, I'm not gonna sit there and do something I don't want to do. So I had to ask myself, why the hell am I doing it now?
I get that. I get that mentality. For me, though, it's I rely on the game developers to make it fun for me.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna go and try and get all those achievements. Most likely, unless it really bores me, I'm gonna try and get them all.
Yeah, I wish. I mean,
And that means
I'm the same way. Like I rely on them. I wish developers would make more better or creative and fun achievements, and not just kick this guy in the balls 110,000 times like this.
yeah, but like hitting them in the balls, it's always funny, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I'd rather they're achievements. Make these things feel like achievements.
Mhm.
Playing
Yeah.
No, I know.
multiplayer for 10 hours is not an achievement.
Right.
Maybe getting like a triple headshot while you're taking a shit behind a tree. That's,
Yeah,
Then that's
like
an
that.
achievement.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. And game developers, if any of you are listening,
Ha. Yeah, right.
finishing a tutorial is not an achievement. Stop making it one.
Yeah, they don't.
But it's easy G.
They're just tying you into the game. That's all they're doing.
I guess.
I think that that's probably why people get addicted to completion,
Yeah.
because that feels like the biggest achievement out of the entire thing. Same thing with platinum trophies. Like that's,
Right.
I probably would go out of my way for a platinum trophy than anything else, other than or before anything else, just because of that sense of completion. And
Yeah. Finished. You've done the job. You've achieved your end goal.
yeah.
Ah,
Plus now you
good
can
boy,
actually earn
have a
money for
sticker.
doing that. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
but
But yeah, so I think if we move on, before we end up talking about some philosophical why we feel like we need to complete things, I'm going to choose a game that I think is broken, or a series of games that I think is broken from this list that I brought out.
Okay.
Okay.
And it pains me to do this.
Oh, boy.
It does pain me.
Oh boy.
I enjoyed the third game in this series. I enjoyed the first game in this series. It's Dragon Age.
Oh.
Yeah.
I liked all 3 of them.
So,
The second one was shit, but it was still fun.
You are one of the few people in the world that like Dragon Age 2. Well done.
I just like the atmosphere. You know, the atmosphere of the universe.
I thought they had a cool concept. I think the map design was copied and pasted all the time.
Yep.
I think the enemy spawn was horrific, just dudes appearing behind you.
Yep.
I think the combat system was spammy as hell.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I think-
technical. The technical shit, it was garbage. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But that,
I mean, I have controllers that have what I call Dragon Age 2-itis, which is where the A button no longer works because I had to press it that many times with that combat system.
That's a problem.
It was, yeah, Dragon Age 1 was a hark back to the Baldur's Gate games, which were amazing. Any of you who played computer games back then, they were just so much fun. They were beautifully done using the technology that people had at the time. It wasn't anything mental. It was based around Dungeons and Dragons rules. But they took that sort of concept and brought it into the newer era of gaming. So Dragon Age Origins was based around role-playing games and that sort of
Role-playing
way that you play things, and how you have percentage chances to do damage per attack. It was all a game where you could imagine dice rolls happening behind every action.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that game. I thought it was great. It's very dated now, but I played that through to completion with all the DLC on both Xbox and PlayStation.
yeah, I did too.
It's great fun. Dragon Age 2, I thought they had an alright concept, but they rushed it. Or they tried to do something new and it wasn't, I don't think technically, as you say, they hit the mark at all. I think they missed that one.
Yeah.
I can see what you mean about some of the characters. I mean, I enjoyed playing as Hawk. I enjoyed the sort of political struggle between the mages and the Templars, and it was one of these games where it makes you make bad choices no matter what you want to do. Like, you've got to pick some side, and they always screw you.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. That's one of the things I liked about the game. 'Cause that's, pretty much how
I
it
also
is.
really liked the ridiculous achievement that you had to do to get all the herbs, I think, or something like that, all the crafting materials, where you had to romance a certain character, and they had a certain way that you had to do it to make sure that you could actually get the last ingredient you'd need. It was very, very missable achievement, and it was cool that it was that intricate, that you'd have to do things a certain way before you'd even get a chance at getting that.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wrote the guide for that achievement, I feel sorry for them.
So, what would you fix about it? Going into
Me
whatever the next one.
personally,
Yeah.
I think I would try and get back to their roots. I think they seem to have more of an influence from the Baldur's Gate era and the Dungeons and Dragons sort of source material in that first game. I think it's slowly been diluting, and they've been changing it, as they go along. I think they had a certain aspect of that in Inquisition. As I say, I really enjoyed Inquisition. I thought that game was great fun.
Yeah.
But it felt like they hadn't quite written enough stuff to populate the areas that they've made. They'd made huge areas. And there were some areas where it was just like you walk in and it's like, find 5 sheep, and then you're done. Like that section of the map is just empty, apart from a couple of collectibles and a random side quest.
Right.
And I'm thinking, why have you put such a big amount of space for such a small amount of content, unless it's to make me run for 8 hours straight,
That is the point.
Well, yeah, but they can't make it obvious.
I guess.
As I say, I really enjoyed Inquisition, but something about that series feels like it's forgotten its roots. I can't put my finger on it.
You
Of
think
the three
like
of
too
them.
mainstream?
Maybe it might be that, yeah, because I think RPG games require a lot of buy-in, and to make a lot of money, you got to make them a bit more simple. A lot of players don't like having extended skill trees and things like that. But I love that stuff. I love customizing a character. Apparently people love it if it's customizing, you know, what colour blade I'm going to stab this dude with on Assassin's Creed. But when it's choosing what skill I'm going to light the world on fire with in Dragon Age, I think, judging by what the developers have been doing, it seems to me that people don't have the patience. They don't want to read the tooltips. They can't be bothered to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
I may be wrong. It is entirely possible. But that's a series that I worry might be progressing into a broken state.
Circling the drain.
Hopefully not that bad, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully not.
So, we've all been through, I think, a game that we thought was broken, or a series that we thought might be improvable. Let's move on to the news.
Yay.
News.
Quickly.
Yay.
So, after Black Friday, it's not been a massively big week for news, has it?
No. It's been an awful week for my wallet, so.
Ugh.
And if you listen to this podcast tonight, which is Sunday the 26th, you have one more day on that sale.
Don't remind me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cyber Monday.
It all ends on the 27th. So.
Yeah, but then you got Cyber Monday, and then you got all those new stuff.
Yep.
I just want it to end. But that's just because I work retail, so, you know.
Yeah. But I found something pretty cool in the news.
What'd you
Got
get?
me
Go.
super excited. This game on Kickstarter, I always have my eye on there. It's called Sessions, and it is a skating game that is supposed to be just like Skate, where it uses both thumbsticks to operate the board. It looks phenomenal. They have 1,800 backers for a total of $65,000 already, and that's already hit their goal for this game. But yeah, it is supposed to be a full release in late 2019. So sadly, it's a little whiles away. But if this can maybe get EA to jump back on that Skate 4 IP, I'll be very happy.
This is a sort of area that's fallen quiet recently, isn't it? Skate games have died out a bit because they're not as popular now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is sad.
No, because Skate 3 is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite.
I haven't played it.
So go Kickstarter. Go
Good
check
job.
out Sessions.
Have you backed it?
Not yet, but I will be.
Ooh, he's
Yeah. Actually, they're already over 71,000 as I just clicked on it.
That's
With over
pretty good.
2,000 backers. With 24 days to go.
Wow.
Should be good.
Yep. I'm very excited for this.
Good stuff. Right. So, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants the next bit? Is that my bit?
That's your
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
Ben. Yeah, you're a bit more into
That-
the
yeah,
what this
so-
is about.
Mike, talk me through this. Walk me through what this is.
Why you're gonna... Because you mentioned the other week that you were looking for a card game to play.
Yeah, I got that addiction.
They're the Gwent, which is the card game from The Witcher, spun off into its own card game. There's a story mode that goes with it, but sadly got delayed until 2018. Which is not odd for CD Projekt Red to delay something and take more time on it, but it still sucks. You know, this could have been a pretty interesting story, especially if you like card-based stuff.
Yeah.
So
they're basically slowing it down to do it right again.
yeah, it's either that or they're going to be focusing on their first-person shooter game that's coming out, which I forget the name of right now. I can't remember.
I've forgotten that one right now.
Yeah, it's like the steampunk
That
one.
first person shooter.
Yeah. So
No, it's just, wait a bit longer, guys. Have some patience, which is one thing that gamers totally have, right? We got
No.
patience.
No.
yeah, all day.
At least I don't.
We
No,
know you don't, Tyler. It's all good.
it sucks, but at the same time, I'd rather have them push it off. I'm always down to wait.
We'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
This time, CG Project Red. This time. Right, so let's move on to deals of the week. Or sales. Or
Sales.
upcoming things.
Sales. Games with Gold got announced. And
Indeed, yeah.
I got really lucky that I didn't buy one of these. Back to
Which
the
one?
Future. It was on sale for like $4 or $5.
Well, that's pretty
Great Scott!
So it is on Games with Gold now for free. Yep.
Is
And
Is
then,
it on now?
no,
is it-
sorry, December.
Yeah, I was about
No,
to say.
Back to the Future is December 16th to January 15th.
Right,
Oh,
so that's
so-
the second half of the month.
Yeah, it's a while.
First
What's the one on the first half?
is what's it called? Warhammer End Times.
What?
Vermintide?
Vermintide.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Vermintide. Yep. There
Yeah.
you go.
I see. That's something I could just get because why not?
Yep. I'm interested in it. I didn't even know it existed. So
Supposedly, that
Well,
game's
now
pretty
you know.
good.
really,
That's what everybody I know that's played it said. It's supposed to be pretty decent.
What?
Oh, sweet. Really good game for free.
I would,
is it a first-person shooter?
I don't know what it is.
No.
I don't know.
Probably should have looked at that.
Yeah, you might want to look it up too.
Yeah, I'm
before
gonna
you,
look it up.
You know.
We'll do the next best thing. At some point, I will play that game and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Because
Some point.
I used to be into Warhammer when I was younger. That used to be my thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. This came out a year ago.
anything for a bit of nostalgia.
Oh, Xbox One enhanced as well.
Oh. Okay.
Mm.
Good
Interesting.
stuff. So yeah, the games with gold seem like they've actually gone and given you something that you wouldn't have already owned for the most part
Uh-huh.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a world where someone would have bought Vermintide and Back to the Future.
You
Well,
never know.
Yeah. The two 360 games, Child of Eden, which I believe was a Kinect game.
It
Oh,
was.
Yes.
I played that. That's kind of a chill out, space out, probably play it on drugs game.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Don't do
It's
drugs.
good fun. Lots of music, pretty shining lights.
No, do them.
Oh.
Do all the drugs.
How I imagine Omega lives his daily life.
Yeah, it's strobe lights.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a first-person shooter.
Interesting.
So
Yep.
I was looking at screenshots. Interesting. Well, not a shooter. It's just first person, and you have swords and shit.
Swords
It's
and
cool.
shit. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. And then the other one was what the hell is that called?
I don't know.
Briggs.
Yeah, Marlo Briggs.
I heard
I
that
have
game was
no
decent
idea.
too, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
What is it? Never heard of it.
Just
I remember
Yeah.
when it came out. It was arcade game.
it's an arcade game.
That
Yep.
came out years ago.
Okay.
I think it was 2013 maybe, somewhere around there. But I think the reason people were saying it was good is because there wasn't. There was like
There was
nothing else to
nothing
play
else.
at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well,
it's-
Oh no, sorry, that was 2012. I was gonna say that was when the world was supposed to end, but that was 2012. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it
maybe
was
everybody
2013.
just stopped making games in 2012. And they're just like, oh, hey, maybe we're gonna die. And
Nope,
we
it
all didn't
was
think.
because the
I expect
Xbox
that
One.
probably is.
I don't think that was the reason.
there was just a drought, man. So, the only thing I
Huh.
remember
Yeah.
about 2013 is I think it was The Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto 5 before,
Yep.
before the new consoles launched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
That was
I
like it.
remember now. I
Yeah,
remember.
no, there
I
was,
was-
nothing.
I was
just played
graduating
Grand Theft Auto.
college, or not college, high school, and then I was going into college, and then in college I got the Xbox One X. That's what it was.
Xbox One.
Whatever. You know what I meant. Everybody
Nope.
knows what I meant.
Well, that's shit. I think BioShock Infinite came out that year too.
Oh,
Ooh.
did it?
I
Tomb
think you're
Raider, Battlefield 4. Now that I remember.
All right,
shit.
so we
couple
lied.
games.
That was a
Good,
pretty
yeah.
good year.
Well,
It was a good year.
You know,
Yeah.
like I didn't like Bioshock. Kicked too much.
Really?
I have yet to actually play BioShock Infinite.
Oh, you should.
I,
You should do
I
it.
didn't like Infinite that much. but
Um,
we will not be the podcast that slaps down Bioshock.
I have it,
Because
but I just have yet to play it.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
pretty good.
I
I
think
liked
it's
it.
probably a good game, but it's
Mhm.
the same thing with Man, what was that game I just mentioned not too long ago? It just didn't have the same atmosphere. You know,
Right.
like the atmosphere in the first game, and even the second game, is what made that game
Mhm.
so good to me. And this was a whole nother atmosphere. If I could look
Yeah.
past that, then I'd probably really like the game. So
for me, Infinite felt like a game that was designed to beat me.
Hmm.
In that I'd crouch next to a ledge,
Mm-hmm.
and the enemies could shoot through the cover into me and not hit, and I couldn't even see or hit them while I was crouched.
Right.
Like if there's cover, it's got to be cover. It can't just be somewhere that I crouch and get shot still.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think one thing that actually interested me in playing Infinite was something my girlfriend did in it. Apparently, there's like bots of former presidents, and I think
Yes.
she pitted what was it, Abraham Lincoln against George Washington.
Yeah.
I think it was what she did. She like pitted them against each other and just sat there watching them fight. So,
I know which part it is. Yeah.
So I kind of want to do that just to see, how it goes.
I would play it.
So,
It's
but
worth it.
I do have it just randomly sitting here, so I do have to play that sometime.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm remembering more and more games that came out the year. I think it just seems like not much came out to people like us that play a shitload
Yeah.
of games.
Yeah. Right.
There's some really decent games that came
I
out
mean,
though. that
That's
year.
what, like, how many years ago as well? You'll forget what came
4.
out.
That was fucking 4 years ago.
That was a
God.
while ago. Oh God.
It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. Let's keep pressing forward.
All
All
right.
right.
What else? we got?
So out this week, you got some more garbage. You got
Do we?
ACA Neo Geo Soccer Brawl.
Oh,
Guess who's buying that?
I'm going to guess you.
Yep. Just like all other 44 of them.
Why would you do that to yourself, Mike?
I don't
Buy
know.
them on PlayStation. They're easier. I think I've said that before. Though.
Yeah.
You have.
It won't work though. He's gonna buy it on
Yeah,
Xbox
I
and
don't
suffer.
know.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. There's 44 out. I looked up earlier. There's 148 that they have.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're never gonna finish. They're gonna keep
Uh,
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh.
There's the Shadow of War DLC out as well.
Yep.
So
That one's out.
I saw this. It's adding a new tribe to your game, adding a couple of extra things in there, some new weapons, and that is both cool and frustrating for me because being
you're
right
right
at the
at
end
the
of that, yeah, being right at the end of it,
Mhm.
I don't want to add anything in that will completely change
Right.
my possibility of finishing with
Yeah.
my sanity intact.
So finish the game, then get it.
Yeah, it's something that I will debate once I've finished what I'm doing right now.
Gotcha.
Right.
Also, every time I load that game up, it tells me that it's not compatible with all the versions. So if I remove my updates, my save game won't work.
Yeah, I got that
Oh.
yesterday. I played that game.
What?
There's like you start the game up and you get this message saying your save's no longer compatible or some shit.
The fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's if you lose your updates or anything like that, if you go to a previous version of the game or remove some updates, your save game is not compatible, so it won't work. You can't use it anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, not good.
That comes up every time you turn the game on.
Yeah, every time I turn it on.
They
Huh.
need to fix that shit then.
That just sounds
Well,
terrible.
What terrifies me is the possibility of my console dying when I'm like one fight away from finishing that game.
That just
And
means
then
you have to go buy
coming-
an Xbox One X.
Boom.
Yeah, don't be even like that. 'cause
You know, did you download the 4K cinematic pack for that?
no.
Oh,
He doesn't.
Because my TV
Yeah, he doesn't have
sucks.
an X.
oh, all right. I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
like the only
And my
difference
TV
I can
sucks.
think of.
Yeah.
That game looks
Nope.
really good on the X 4K.
Yeah, rub it in, why don't you?
I'm saying
Do well.
go find the TV that falls off the back of a truck.
There you go.
Talk to that guy that knows a guy.
Top
Yeah.
tips from Omega here. Go get a stolen TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Go,
not?
go.
Somebody's gonna buy it.
And-
Why not? You know.
I didn't say I wasn't going to do it. I'm just saying.
I'm just.
You're the person who told me to. When I claim diminished capabilities, you're the person who's going to jail.
I gotta come all the way over here to get me though.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so there's some more stuff out this week. But after last week's Black Friday stuff, it seems like this week's a bit of a down week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only,
Well-
I guess, gamer score wise, if you look at Beyond Eyes, that's 75% off.
Well, that's pretty good.
Beyond
It's a-
garbage.
Yeah, it's Beyond Garbage.
I get it.
Yeah, it's awful. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Another walking sim.
They should make it in VR.
No, man.
From her perspective.
Omega's
It's
fix
funny.
for
It's
everything.
So-
funny because it's about a blind girl.
That's
So
what
you're
I was
just gonna be
saying.
staring. You're just gonna be staring at blackness.
Yeah, and you gotta just use your ears. That'd probably make the game more fun.
No. Oh my god.
Yes,
I
that
support
would be
that.
incredible.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
going to hell.
No.
That PSVR has 3D directional sound.
Yeah,
So you could
I would.
Uh,
take your
I would
sense-
actually play that then.
oh, I love it, Omega. Keep trying to pretend that you're not just being incredibly harsh to blind people.
I think it would be something new. I'd probably get,
Yeah,
it'd probably
Uh,
suck
I would-
ass, but it'd be something.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool for like 2 seconds.
hmm
I just think
No,
it'd be
totally
funny
agree.
to
For
do
like
the
2
do it.
seconds, and be like, "Oh my god, this is terrible."
Hey, somebody made Yaris, so
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part is it would not be the worst game that any of us have played.
No.
yeah, probably not.
I played it. Yeah.
I played that twice. I just did that on PS4 recently, just to get it off my hard drive,
Ooh.
and it
It's
was
bad.
it's like worse the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You went back for further punishment. But yeah,
Ugh.
so
I was going through this kick where when games were coming out like that, I would buy them on both consoles on the day they came out,
Ooh.
or I'd
Why?
be
Why?
or I'd get codes for this,
Oh.
from the devs.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So I just I ended up getting like double loaded up on shit games.
that's not a good place to be.
Nah.
That's not where you want to be.
That's how I live my life.
Yeah, I cleaned my hard drives up recently though. Just started deleting
Yeah.
shit.
I should,
Mike lives
should
his
do
life being controlled by ACA Neo Geo games.
that. It's so bad.
AC Neo Geo.
Right, I'm going to put my foot down here though before we end up approaching the hour and a half, podcast sort of timestamp. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Does anyone have anything else in the deals and sales that they want?
Well, I mean, just keep your eyes out for, Cyber Monday deals. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to look at really any of them, but, keep your eyes out just in case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
They'll get your wallet one more time.
Oh,
before
yeah,
you
one
get
more
to
time,
relax
at
before
least.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. So,
so,
thanks guys though for coming and joining us for episode 7 of the Entirely Axe Gaming podcast, and thank you very much to our man of the moment, our hero from the stars, Mr. Omega Deez.
hero from the stars.
I mean,
What?
we
Like, how do you respond to that? Like,
I don't know. You just go with
you
it.
send me hand jobs in the mail. Come on,
I don't think that's how that works, Ben.
how did I do that?
shush you. Right.
Like my
So, yeah.
snail mail?
Yes. No.
Omega, did you have anything that you wanted to plug before we made a terrible exit to this particular episode?
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm just still doing YouTube shit, trying to finish up this album. So I ain't really got nothing to
So,
plug right now.
guys, if you haven't checked out Omega's music yet, it's cool. I like it. Go check it out. I'm telling you, it's worth looking at.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to check out Omega's stuff that he does on his own without my terrible intros, then you can check him out at Gamers Be Like TV. Have I got that right?
Yeah, that's under attack by
Nailed it.
fanboys right now, though.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Is it?
Yeah, I made
Really?
a somebody asked me. I'm not gonna extend this too long, but somebody asked me how fast Grand Theft Auto loads on the Pro compared to the X. So I just made a video to show them what it
Oh,
does for
God.
me, and it's got like 1,000 comments. It's all fanboys. I almost said a word I shouldn't have said.
I want to know
Well-
which console won.
Huh?
Which console won?
The X loaded
X.
by like 46 seconds faster.
Yeah.
There we go. Then
Yeah,
there
but
we
then,
go. It's all
So-
good. All is fine with the world.
Well, see,
So
like I
go
don't think
watch that video.
like my Pro hesitated to load, but it's probably because I got so many games installed.
Mm-hmm.
So like people are like, "Yeah, you loaded the thing slow." It's like because it started like 2 seconds late. But it should still, even if it didn't, it still would have lost by 44 seconds. So I don't know what these
Yeah.
idiots are talking about.
This
Oh, well.
is everyone
So-
will come up with a reason.
Yeah.
It's how they go. It's how the game world works.
So go
But
take a
yeah,
look.
let's-
It's
Laugh
just-
at the comments.
I
That's all
just
you
been,
gotta do.
I mean, I've just been talking shit back.
Oh
to
my god. I've been reading the comments. This is awful.
Yeah, I didn't.
Hey, there is no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah, I mean the
Nope.
video's got almost 60,000 views, I think.
Yep.
It's all good.
Yeah, every time they
Yeah.
get on there and watch it, talk shit, I make money. So they can do what they want.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
So,
that means
That's all
nothing
that
to
it's
me.
guys, if you want to hit Omega up, check him out. His Gamers Be Like YouTube channel. We have our own social media accounts, believe it or not.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Mike, what's our Insta? Or Tyler, is it?
Instagram.
Which
No,
one?
I got
I
that.
got it.
Okay.
Oh, you. All right.
It is at entirely _X _gaming _podcast because as always, no spaces in Instagram.
Because they suck.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have our Twitter account, which if I try and get this right this time, it's at entirely _X.
Yes.
Yep.
Direct hotline straight to me because no one uses Twitter anymore, so I got the easy.
Nope. It's just him. And
We
then-
have our Facebook group, Mike.
It is facebook.com / entirely X gaming. And also YouTube or iTunes. Please go to iTunes, rate, review, all of that.
all that fun
5-star. Yep. Please do it. It really does help.
Yep.
We are on YouTube. The podcast goes up as just a still image. That is, sadly, we don't have enough subscribers on it yet to have our own URL. But if you go to youtube.com and type in entirely X, we'll be right up there with our logo.
Boom.
Ugh. So, also go subscribe to that.
Do it.
Yeah. The more you do, the better we are, the happier we'll be, the more crazy stuff we'll think of.
Yeah.
Yep.
How come
Pretty
you
much.
didn't tell them
Oh.
about your back page thing? Ain't that,
That's
that's the
which
thing?
one?
Back page. That way you like. It's like some kind of.
That's something fun for next week.
I almost died. God, I can't breathe. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, I'll
Alright.
be better.
Yes, you better be better. But see you guys next week.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys, and hopefully Mike will be back in charge next week. So I
If-
will relinquish my throne to him next week. Thanks again, Omega, for joining us this week.
problem, yo.
If not, Tyler's gonna take over,
No, no.
and we
No,
don't want
no.
that.
I'm
That won't
gonna.
happen.
I'll come host and just with dick
Yep.
jokes all day.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Omega
Cat-
host next week.
Catch you guys later. Thanks for joining
See ya.
us. See ya.